Alright guys, back to our shoe. So we have stopped at the toe, so in a real shoe that would be here. Now the confusing part is we could see this line all the way till we get to the toe, but then what happens is it sort of stops here, and we're not going to draw around to the back because we can't see back there. You can't see where my finger's touching. What happens is this line turns and it actually becomes the top of the shoe. So that's what we're going to do, is draw the part that would go along the top of the foot. If we've done everything correctly so far, what should happen is the line that we have up here where we drew the opening should somehow end up connecting to the line that's going to be the top of the foot. So here I was at the toe where it stopped, and then I'm curving around, not to the backside because I can't see it, but along the top of the foot now. And then if I've done this correctly, it should touch right there. So far it looks like a little slipper or one of those little footy socks that somebody would put on. So now what I can do is actually add parts to the shoe to sort of enhance it. So you saw the shoe I was looking at had a heel. If this was a woman's high heel shoe, then it might have kind of a taller heel on it. So this would come around to the front, then it would go up, and y'all can see the sole of the shoe, the bottom, would follow the contour of it, and it stuck out a little bit from it, and then it would disappear around behind the toe part. Now, we're good enough, like a little kid, they would be happy with this, but we can see like on a heel, it's probably easier to see on my boot, so I'm going to hold that back in front of you guys. Like we've drawn this part, that's facing us, but then this edge actually goes away. And you guys know from our experience of drawing things in landscapes, lines that go away from us look like they go up higher, and a line that would start in the front and point towards the back, you guys should know, I'm waiting because you're saying it out loud to someone right now, it should be a diagonal line. So a diagonal line would look like it goes away from us, and then this goes back up here. That looks even more three-dimensional. So the shoe might have a tongue on it where it looks like on the tongue it would go from the background part up and over to the foreground part. And maybe we're going to do something kind of fancy with it there. So then we have a very three-dimensional looking shoe. So what you're going to do next is you're going to enhance it by drawing on some different decorations and designs. Anything you put on here has to look like it's on there in a three-dimensional way. For instance, you guys have seen a couple of shoe samples in the paintings that look like there was a bow on it. So if I had something like that, maybe there's like a nod to the bow or like some sort of jewel here, but then this part of the bow pointed to the back of the shoe. If it points to the front, it's going to look like it comes lower, it comes closer to us. And then if there's any kind of a decorative element, like let's say it has this scalloped edge here, this would look like it goes here, and maybe it continues out from under there and it looks like it curves around to the other side. So thinking about who this shoe would be for, we've looked at some artwork this year where we've done some subject matter with fairy tales. Cinderella, her shoe was very important in that story. Maybe you're drawing her glass slipper. Dorothy, she wore shoes that were magical and the Wicked Witch was chasing her and trying to get them. So those were pretty important shoes. So maybe you're imagining a story character that this shoe is for. So you're going to design your shoe, finish drawing it, and then we'll talk about adding color.